Alright, guys, let me know how it sounds. Again with this shit. Alright, it's not too bad, not too delayed. So hopefully it stays that way. See what I can shut down to make it easier. All right. Thank you, Lisa, Jan, Rob, Mike, Grit and Grace, Bill, Murder Lizard. Thank you for the 5x5. Koala. Thank you for the 5x5. Scrappy Cat. Thank you. Raccoon, Brian, Hot Rod, Ozark Prepper, Cowboy, Silvergram, Dobie, WTC, Beef and Chicken, Sway, Dan Phillips, Colleen. Thank you for the 5x5. Raider Forever, Crow, Lori, Janine. Thank you for the 5x5. Big John, Joanne, Rob, Bad Bobber. Thank you for the 5x5. Water Tiger, Sojourner, Toolmaker, Laura, Biffer. Thank you for the 5x5. Flown Grown, Patrice, Jan, Lisa, Krista, Johnny, and Lisa again. Thank you for the 5x5. Loretta, Adriana, Henry, Catgirl, Uptech, Joe, and Master Blaster. Nice one. Thank you for the 5x5. All right, guys. So, and Nancy, thank you for 5x5. No, I don't have a new camera. I don't have a new camera. That's all I say. I don't know why it's crystal clear. I'm looking at it too. I'm like, yo, that's pretty clean. I'm like, why is it so clean? So this is bothering me. Give me 2 seconds to fix this. I know exactly what's going to happen next. I have the window open. A gust of wind's going to come through and knock this over. I just know it. Craig, thank you for that. There was a rally today. What was it? Rage in Manhattan? Some nonsense in Manhattan downtown. And, yeah, it didn't... They were just, they were marching to Wall Street. So there were a lot of cops down there, though, for Wall Street. I mean, I guess because they called it a day of rage, that's what it was. Because they titled it that, there were a ton of cops down there. Some kid live streaming, but I didn't feel like losing any more brain cells, so I didn't go. Big Earn says Fox 5 reporting the Mr. 19 flu arm ticket showing positive results. Third phase of trial with Moderna. Of course they are. That company is working on numerous arm tickets, by the way. So there's a lot we're discussing tonight. None of it relating to arm tickets. A lot of it's relating to how they're attacking our food. And obviously it's being done on purpose. And a lot of people don't see it. I think, listen, we see it. The prepper community, I don't care who you follow or who you watch, we're all seeing this. I think we're all identifying the food markers as they are going after all of the food we eat, right? I forgot to research pigs, but I know cow, deer, fish have been disappearing from the ocean. And in fact, in Auckland, I think that's New Zealand, if I'm not mistaken, they found fish with the zombie virus, right? So that was a red flag to me. How the hell did fish get a virus that's been seen in deer? Now, granted, deer drink from water. A lot of deer do die in water, but something's not making any sense right now. So tonight I did the live stream. I'm doing a live stream Wednesday night as well because I'm working Thursday and Friday night, right? And I couldn't get out of it, so I had to bump it to this day. So if I'm stepping on anybody's toes, I do apologize. Big Chase's Turkey are on the list now. Of course they are. Soon it'll be, raccoons and skunks. Not that anybody eats those, but nonetheless, they're trying to... Our food supply is being infected every way, shape, and form. In fact, there are constant recalls now on fruits. So just keep that in the back of your head when we start noticing more and more animals coming sick. Cows are disappearing from the ocean. Did I say cows disappearing from the ocean? I said fish. Or chicken of the sea. They're disappearing from the ocean. If I said cows, I apologize.
Listen up, you puppies.
So, the DC rally, for those that were watching, nothing happened. Everybody went home. It was like they hit their mark. I think it was 4 o'clock or 4:30, whatever it was. They all disappeared. By the time I got around, I did an update video on the short here on YouTube. When I got around the corner, everybody was gone. They were like, fuck this, and everybody took up. And interestingly enough, there was a Japanese lady there who made this comment. She was like, they should just, they should just take out these statues. She goes, they did that to us in Japan. I'm like, lady, I know you're old, but you're not that old, and you weren't there in Japan when they dropped the bomb. That's number one. Two, if you don't like it, take your fucking, Yakuza ass back to Japan and fucking make stir-fried rice or whatever the fuck you people make over there. I can't stand immigrants and people who were not born here making comments like that. It drives me insane. Like, if you don't like somewhere, don't go or go back, right? That was like, again, Greece. The cheese pancake. I don't want to get started on that, but that right there in itself would turn me off to going to Greece. A cheese pancake. I don't want to start because it's just going to piss me off. Never seen anything like it. Cheese on your pancake. Who the fuck puts cheese on pancakes? I'm like, what psychopath woke up and said, cheese on pancakes, delicious. Whatever. And yes, Joyce, it seems like labs all over the world are doing GOFs. Like, everybody's getting involved in gain of function. Everyone. Now, they're trying to blame the United States for this variant that's out of the bird flu. They're trying to blame the United States for it, though the Chinese were working on a more spreadable virus, and so was the United States at the same time back in 2011. So that was 13 years ago. Now we're starting to see them pop up all over the country, though we did see it popping up on the other side of the world, near and around China first. Then all of a sudden we started seeing it here, and now they're trying to blame the United States. I sense bullshit, and I sense this game of, all right, we took the blame this time, now it's your turn, the United States. And the United States is like, deal, we'll take this blame. And now they're trying to push that bullshit. Whatever, man. Whatever it is, it's all staged, if you ask me. But I think a lot of us knew that already. So, with that being said, guys, how bad will this get? Now, like I said before, we are noticing our food sources under attack, right? We had rabbits that have that rabbit hemorrhagic syndrome or whatever it is. That was a couple of years ago. It seemed to be slowing down as of last year. Nonetheless, we eat rabbit. Then we have chicken dying left and right. I think 40 million or something like that just up and died, or 400,000, some crazy number. I'll get to that article in a little bit. They state that cows are now dying from the H5N1. Steve Blind, I am losing weight. I found a method that works for me, and I'm sticking with it. You have to find out what that method is on the Angryprepper Fitness channel. But I am going to talk about that. I am not dying of AIDS. My chair didn't give it to me. I just figured out a routine that just works. Not to mention that the hiking around in Tennessee also destroyed me. Just, the amount of walking around I did for the 3-4 days just, sucked it out of me. You never shook that cough. Oh, yeah, I did. My throat is dry today. But anyway, how bad is this going to get, guys, with the food supply? Now, again, mainstream world, or the normies, if you will, they're not, Ozempic my ass, they're not seeing what's coming. Now, some people are paying attention, right? Obviously, some people are. Even people, the normies, are paying attention. They're like, why is so many animals being infected by this disease? Why are things jumping from one species to the next? People are asking that question. Like, everyday run-of-the-mill people. We're not everyday run-of-the-mill people. We're a special group of retards that are getting ready for whatever's coming. So, with that, let's start with the first article. 2 zombie snappers caught in Auckland suggest disease more widespread. A woman who spent her life fishing the something harbored is seriously worried about an illness impacting snapper, which has left them unwell. They are described as zombie fish. Dargaville recreational fisherman Sam Erickson first noticed the sick fish about a month ago while fishing in Ruawi in Northland, and I think Auckland is New Zealand, right? I'm pretty sure it is. He coined the term zombie fish because he said, according to him, they looked like the Walking Dead with sunken eyes that were bloodshot and milky, appearing to be missing flesh and their normal mucus layer. Interesting. Zombie fish is an appropriate term according to Port Albert resident Stephen Treadwell, who caught 2 of the sick fish on Saturday in the Somebody's River in Auckland's Wellsford. They are looking like zombies. The bigger ones with eyes are sunken away. It almost looks like the flesh was falling off along the spine, and it looked like the skin was shrinking away somehow. Treadwell is a 4th generation Albertland and has Albertland. What is an Alberlander? Alberlander, sorry. Is a 4th generation Alberlander, has been fishing in the Kapara Harbor all her life, including helping her father commercially fish. While snapper numbers have fallen and risen again, she said this year is the first time she has ever seen them unwell. So she's been doing this for a long time, and she's seeing what's looking like the beginning of another situation with food. Right? So our food, apparently, guys, is going to be taking a hit for a long while. I think we're seeing the beginning of extinction level food shit, right? So cows, I would say in another 10 years or so, maybe sooner, that a lot of the food that we eat is going to dwindle down to like sky high prices, right? And then here comes the 3D meat that they want to make and or feed us, and the bug meat that they want to feed us, along with that shit vegan diet that they've been trying to push on us. I told you, C40 cities, no meat. There's no meat to be mentioned in their diet and their diet plan. And we are starting to see that pathway starting to unfold or unroll itself, if you will. A little lemon juice will fix it. It's fine. Yeah, and the water wars is coming. What was that guy's name? Michael... Shit. The guy that was in charge of the whole Big Short thing. The movie they did, the guy was named Michael something or another. He states that right now he started a company where his number one commodity in trading and future trading, will be water. So that's undoubtedly around the corner as well. I think in the tail end of a lot of our lifetime, we will start seeing some bad shit with water. We're going to start seeing bad shit with food. And rated forever. So I just want to get chicken wings and french fries, rather, right? And I went to this store right down the block from me. A hole in the wall. And I ordered I think 4 chicken wings, 2 legs, because they didn't have any more chicken wings. And I ordered fries and 2 cans of Pepsi. I only drank 1 can of Pepsi. No, not Michael Rappaport. Michael Burry. Thank you, Cobra. Michael Burry. That's the guy that his company, his new company, not new company, but he's been in that company since 2000, I think 14 or 15. They trade, and their trade commodity is water. Sorry. So anyway, with that, after I'm done buying it, she goes 22 something. I go 22 what? Handshakes or high fives? She's like, no, $22. I go, are you kidding me? She's like, she didn't know what to. She was like, I was like, holy shit, can I get 22 hugs with that? What the fuck's going on? She couldn't explain it. The price of chicken is sky high. Now, I bought from them before, and I bought from them before about last summer. I go there like probably once, twice a year because it's so good, it's fattening, and I can't keep going there, right? So anyway, as I walk out, I remember that the last time I was there, I paid $15 for the same shit I ordered. So we are all, guys, everybody is struggling, and everybody's looking to make not Kennedy Fried Chicken, you dick, a Dominican fried chicken spot. It is by far the best fried chicken in this neighborhood, like the best I've ever had. It is so good. I told myself maybe twice a year, maybe, right? And the lady actually learned English this time. Before, I had to use a translator to order. This time when I spoke to her, she understood English very well. I was like, so she's learning, like she's actually expanding or making her business better by actually learning the language of fucking English, the country you live in. But I don't want to go down that road. My sister bought a basic breakfast and salad for lunch, $27. Yo, that's insane. It's insane, man. We are all... Yo, it's insane. We're all feeling it. I mean, listen, when I went down south to Tennessee and I bought, like breakfast and dinner, I remember the meals being cheap. I was like, man, this is fucking great. I could live here forever because everything was so cheap. You come back here, you're like, yo, Kennedy Fried Chicken, by the way, sucks. And for those of you that don't know and heard of it, it sucks. Sojourner, or she was faking it? Who was faking it? You can't fake speaking English. You either understand it or you don't. 8-piece chicken, $28. Really? Master Blaster, you gotta be fucking joking. That can't be real. You went down that too late. You went down that road. I raised my chicken. Flown grown, yeah. So, you raise your own, you know what you're getting. But again, this chicken it's really fucking good. Like, I mean, one of the guys put me onto it that lives around the neighborhood. He's like, yo, you gotta have this chicken. I was like, really? I ate it. I was like, holy shit. I was like, it was really good. But enough of that shit. Anyway, let's get back to it. So she said, all right, Treadwell said she and her husband Rex have caught several sick snappers near Port Albert over the last 2 months. But on Saturday, 2 of the 9 snappers they caught were like zombies with a sunken face, milky, bloodshot eyes. It got me really concerned. Out of the 9 fish, 2 were sick. It appears that everyone that I talked to are finding fish that are like this, and it is escalating. Of course it's escalating. They're sick. They have some kind of disease that was released into the water, and the scientists and the elites that are looking at the water going, you know what? Let's spread some new shit and get people more worried. Right? So now they're dumping shit into the water. There's a problem with wolves, though. A lot of people, I don't think anybody eats wolves, but wolves in Yellowstone are sick. They got some fucking disease going on. Winter homestead, exactly. I definitely do need to. I need to move just to grow my own shit. Absolutely, because they are coming out with arm tickets for rabbits. They're coming out with arm tickets for cows because of the whole, H5N1, and they're coming out arm tickets for chicken. Now, when it comes to chicken, if this thing spreads like I think it's going to spread in the next couple of years with chicken, they're going to outlaw private use or personal use or personal farming, however you guys call it, however you farmers call it. It's only going to be for commercial use, and only commercial people, commercial companies will be able to grow chicken and will own it. Right? Oh, my son's on here, Maverick. This is little Angryprepper. Very nice. Little. And he's not that little, so I find it interesting that he still calls himself that. No, that's actually my son. Jab for zombies. Jab for zombie fish too. Yeah, that would be hard. For them to do that, they would have to dump something into the water. This is not real. Unless somebody is faking my son's account. But the only way I'll know if he texts me. And if he doesn't, then it's not him. Yeah, maybe it's not him. But anyway. He should do a live. And like I said, if it's him, I'm not sure anymore. Canadian Prepper already covered this. Canadian Prepper covered what? Can you guys please, when you leave comments in the chat, you got to get a little more in depth so I can read it. Don't, you know. All right, that is him. He said bet. That's the only kid I know who still says bet. We used to say that shit when we were growing up. No one else says it. He's on the live. That is him. Okay. Which is interesting why he came over that way. I did. I'm looking at my phone. All right, it's him. 10-4. Anyway. CP loves AP's channel. So, complete sentences. Yeah, because people, like, they make these comments. They're like, yeah, and then he said no. I'm like, who the fuck said no? Who are we talking about? You know, like, what did he cover? He covers a lot of shit, you know? You bet. And it is behind a couple of seconds. But anyway, word. Someone said word. Bet. Matt said our hens are dying. From what? Matt? Yeah, Maria, right? We used to use bet back in the days. Like, yo, bet, son. You know, and then, yo, that shit's fresh. Remember that one? Yo, that shit's fresh, son. And when you hear kids say some shit like, bro, I can't stand that shit. That drives me insane. I never, ever in my life told my mother, what's going on, son? Yo, if I said that shit to her, she would fucking pull my tongue out through my ass if I said some shit like that to her. All right? So I never did it. When kids say that to their mother, it drives me insane. Any mother. You hear like a kid talking to their mother in the street. Yo, bro, you better fucking correct that shit. I sometimes want to take my belt off and start beating kids in the street when I hear shit like that. I'm like, yo, that's fucking bro. Don't call your parents bro. Don't call them anything other than mom, dad, or Mr. whatever their last name is. You know? But yeah, it's covers knives by the neck. That's a good one. Facts, son. Yeah, that's another one. What's going on, son? Yo, don't call me son. Remember that shit? I ain't your son. Son. That'll be in the next week. Do it. Full shizzle. Yeah. And it's funny, man. Like now that we're older, we look back on some of the terms, or we'll watch certain movies like Juice, you know? Like they were trying to have that term, hit the streets. Like, yo, you got the juice, son. I'd never in my entire life hanging out in the streets ever heard anybody say, yo, you got the juice. Yo, that guy's got a lot of... Like, you see people say, yo, he's got a lot of juice, but that means he's got a lot of pull and shit, you know? Like, not in the way the movie made it sound, though it's still a good movie. It's still a very good movie. But anyway, back to the horrendous fish situation. Fish with milky, bloodshot eyes, lack of flesh in the skin cord. So again, guys, different article talking about the same shit. The problem is growing. These articles are out of New Zealand and Australia. So if you're going to look it up, which I'll put the link to the first one in the chat so that you guys can read it. I'm trying my best to back everything I read by copying a link when I can remember, putting it in there for you guys so that you can read it for yourself. Come up with your own, ideas. People don't believe me when half the shit that I talk about, I'm like, yo, look it up yourself. You got the juice now, right? The famous last line at the end, and Omar F shakes his head. No. Like, no, I don't. But, Didn't the Dixie Chicks change their name? Right? Aren't they like country chicks or fucking liberal chicks now? Some bullshit. They changed their name. I remember hearing about that. Brandon says donations, please. Donations to what? Donations to you or to this channel? Because, no, not this channel. Listen, guys. So, by the way, I know I talk about this a lot, and I do appreciate the donations. I do. But for those that you don't have to donate, just watch the videos. That's all you have to do. That's an easier... Here we go. It's easier that way just to watch to my videos. You help me out big time. You help out with the algorithm. You help. Please help me find a job soon. Losing hope. Okay. So Brandon needs prayers. Brandon is out of a job. I take it. Brandon, email me at angryprepper@yahoo.com. I know I don't take a look at it often. I got to look through it today. But just email me there and see if I know anybody. Oh, my daughter's on here too now. Very good. So thank you for the donation. CCH, the Civil War movie was good. I got a kick out of the ending. The last 10 minutes was like high-speed shit, man. I thought it was pretty cool. Again, I'm not a special forces guy, but I thought it was cool. I spoke to a military guy. He said some of the shit that they were yelling out, he said was unnecessary, but he says they do it, but not as much as they did in the end. But just the way they were moving, the intensity, that scene was out of control. The White House scene was the best scene I've ever seen. It rivaled Heat, by the way. It rivaled Heat. The movie was terrible. I liked the movie. You know what? K-Teacher, when I was watching it, I was like, ah, man, this is like fucking up close and personal with more violence, right? And then the last 10 minutes happened. I'm like, yo, this is good. I like this. I like that whole shooting scene. But the rest of the movie wasn't like prepper related. It was more a photographer journalistic movie. It was a movie for photographers and journalists. That's what it was for. It wasn't a movie for preppers or anybody thinking the world's going to come to an end. Harley C is my daughter. But thoughts on spam. See, and again, that's her breaking my balls. And that's my favorite daughter, by the way. But yeah, I like the movie. I like the movie at the end. It got really fucking good. But up until then, man, yeah, the movie was more journalistic. Yeah, and that's the thing, Patty S. The movie was disappointing because we were looking at it from an aspect of like what caused it, what side was, and again, it was just about journalists coming together and taking awesome pictures. So that scene in the end of the White House with the picture taking, I was like, yo, I'm not sticking. You know what? Maybe I would have. To be a photojournalist like that in a high-speed situation, maybe I stick my arm out and take a picture and get whatever I got. But some of them were like, they were jumping out to catch a picture. I'm like, all right, enough. Photojournalism is good. Those guys have brass balls, but they were a little over the top. AP loves spam. No one loves spam. Raymond, thank you for the donation. Twice. Thank you for both donations, man. I appreciate it. 10, huh? Nice. But, yeah, she always breaks my balls when I say my favorite daughter. And anyway, she knows why. She knows why I get a kick out of saying that to her. Anyway, guys, so back to our food supply getting destroyed. Moving right along. So this is an article from about a year or two ago. Anyway, now she's texting me and breaking my chops. So, also, guys, if you do not mind, hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down. I appreciate it as always. Seach, I can get a discount code for Bear IFAC. I will contact Bear Independence Company. Actually, I'll talk to his administrator. I forgot her name, and I'll see if I can get one and see what they say. And I will put it in a community board, and I will do a video on it because we definitely do, guys. First aid kits, trauma kits. We're gonna need more of those, and you're gonna need to be on the ready. There's so much shit happening. There's so much happening that a response or us responding to different things is going to be inevitable. So you should absolutely have a trauma kit of some kind. Now, if you are former medical personnel, you could build your own. And us building our own makes a lot of sense. But if you don't have that experience, get a kit from even Skinny Medic. If I'm not mistaken, I think he sells kits. Bear Independent and them, they sell kits. Go over to their shop. The stuff is expensive, guys, but it is what it is. You want good shit or you want cheap shit? You want to save a life or you want to get somebody infected and die? You choose, right? Or have the tourniquet break on you as you're trying to save a life. So, always put that in the back of your head. Now, a new deadly virus spreading across the U.S. could decimate the rabbit population. This article is about 2 years old. Humans aren't the only ones facing a event. Rabbits across the United States are currently battling a deadly disease outbreak of their own. The virus has spread to at least 6 states, threatening to completely wipe out the country's wild rabbit population. That isn't an impossibility. For a disease to wipe out rabbit population, it would have to be like detrimental. And this wasn't that. Even when it broke out about a couple years ago, it didn't. But nonetheless, that was another food source because people love hunting rabbits and killing them and eating them. But the rabbit hemorrhagic disease virus type 2, RHDV2, spreads quickly and is highly lethal. That is the issue with a virus like this, that if it spreads too fast and kills too fast, it can absolutely burn itself out before it gets to the regular population. Despite the lack of connection between the RHDV2 does share a similarities to Mr. 19, both highly infectious disease that have wide variety of symptoms and sometimes none at all. Rabbits may experience fever, swelling, internal bleeding, lack of appetite, liver failure, or they might suddenly die without exhibiting any symptoms. Interesting. Since March, again 2 years ago, the disease has spread through New Mexico, Texas, Arizona, Colorado, California, Nevada, and Mexico. It is highly contagious and it's left unchecked has the capability of wiping out America's dozen-plus species of rabbits and their ecosystem. Now, again, last year, the virus started slowing down, but it's still affecting them currently, but not at the high rate that it did 2 years ago. But again, interestingly enough, a food source that we do eat is dying, right? So keep that noise, but no sirens. Sorry. But anyway, with that, that's just another example of shit that's going bad. Now, I didn't copy the whole article. I'm going to read this one up off to you guys. This one's a new arm ticket could save rabbits from deadly hemorrhagic disease. Now, the hemorrhagic disease is new for rabbits. And within a year's time, or less than a year's time, they came out with an arm ticket for rabbits. So, if you are a rabbit hunter and you like rabbit season, be careful that they might be injecting this shit into wild rabbits. And I don't know how they're going to capture all wild rabbits and put this in them unless they either A, spray it, put it in their food, or some kind of fucked up mechanism to deliver it. We shall see. only allow. Anyway, some questions I just ignore. Also, guys, if you don't mind, hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down. Whatever makes you happy. Whatever, you know, if you're pissed at me today, thumbs down. If you're fucking feeling it today, thumbs up. Whatever. Can someone let... Yeah, right. The wild rabbits will line up for their fucking arm tickets. You know what's infuriating? And not infuriating. I'm sorry. It's not infuriating anymore. It's the stupidity level, guys, of what's going on is out of control. I was talking about it last week, about the self-snitching, right? People are recording themselves doing dumb things on social media. And when they get caught, all the lawyers have to do is go, look at this idiot. He recorded, not only did he record it, but he put it on TikTok for everyone to see. Then you go to jail for this shit. Then you get beat up. It depends on what kind of kid you are. You get beat up or raped or exchanging sexual favors for protection. Like the Olympic coach. The Olympic coach that was banging the Olympic girls. Not the coach, the doctor. The Olympic doctor. Yo, he's in fuck. Woo! Oh, man. I read an article on him yesterday. He is exchanging sexual favors for protection. Yo. I was like, I read that. I was like, holy shit. Karma's a motherfucker, huh? Johnny 308 said, I watched two birds having sex today. I felt dirty. What I've been noticing is birds dying all over the place. Like smaller birds. Just on the street dead. And I'm like, there wasn't a windstorm. Why there's so many? Like in the city, you'll see like 4 or 5 just out of the trees dead. I'm like, is something, killing them? And maybe we should have picked them up, and I should have picked them up and taken them somewhere to get tested, because that's strange. But when a windstorm happens, I understand that. But when there's no windstorm and you see a couple of them just laying in the street, perfectly fine, but again, dead, it's just like, it's odd, But I've been noticing a lot of that. I saw a lot of that in Tennessee. But Tennessee also has a lot of windstorms, so go figure. Yeah, Adriano's like, I'm afraid of the new flying spiders. A lot of people are. You should hear that. You should hear people like, if one of those things flies on me, I'm burning the entire fucking park to the ground. If one of those things land on my fucking face, it's on. Right? After I'm done screaming like a bitch and I get up from the ground from passing out, I'm burning the park to the fucking ground. Everything's gonna fucking go. It's gonna be scorched earth if one of those things land on my fucking face. And the way they fly, they don't like just, they're not fast about it. They're like gliding through the air. So I mean, essentially you could like dodge out of the way. But if I'm out looking and it lands on the side of my head, it's fucking over. Everybody in and around me, we're fucking burning the park to the ground. I want to hear that shit. People like, people like, yeah, you scared of spiders? It's not about being scared of spiders. I don't want anything landing on me and then crawling up my face. And then what if it fucking decides it wants to fucking wrap my head in the web at that point? Especially if I scream and then pass out on the ground and I'm just laying there and this thing starts to wrap my head in the web. Everybody's fucking, scorch earth after I get up off the ground. Listen, I would hope. Polsha. Yeah, again, you read this shit with the spiders and you see how big they are, you're like, no. Now, those wolf spiders, right, the ones in Australia, those are huge. But those are harmless. And, you could deal with those. But these things, they said they're venomous. I'm like, I don't want to deal with it. I don't. I just fucking gliding through the air. And they're like, oh, there's going to be a major outbreak here. Not an outbreak, but a major infestation. I'm like, just like that? Like, no warning, here they are? I'm like, it's fucking crazy, man. Not enough web for your big head. You're probably right. I don't, you know what I don't like? I don't like spiders, and I don't like fucking bed bugs. Those are the two things I can't stand. I will look at a body getting crushed under a fucking machine all day long, or dismembered body parts, and even watch somebody die, and not like be like, ugh, But fucking a spider, and spiders I'm alright with. For the most part, I'm alright. But a flying spider, flying through the fucking air like Spider-Woman? No, thank you. No, thank you. Fuck that shit. Everything in the park's got to die now. And 4 inches is fairly fucking big. Again, those wolf spiders are pretty big, but I got a fat wolf spider. Wolf spiders here are on my wall. Huh. How do they get in? How do those big ass things get in anyway? Like, I don't mind bugs outdoors. When I'm going camping, I don't care. That's their environment. I adapt to their environment. But when in my house, no. Nope. No. No, thank you. Someone says I don't like ticks. Nobody likes ticks. Nobody. But I can deal with ticks. I find them in my skin. I'm like, oh, I got a tick. I pull it out. Right? I'm all right with it. It's crawling. Sometimes I watch it crawl on me just to see it, if I can get it to fucking, not get it, but see if I can watch it lodge itself in. And when you're looking at the tick, it never lodges itself in. But when you look away, boom, you got 8 of them in your arm. You're like, where the fuck did you come from? You know? Now that you mention it, the Gubermint, wolf meat, and bed bugs. Oh, I don't like bed bugs. I don't. I see a fucking a mattress here in the city. Like, you know, sometimes we have to go in the alleyways to do like not inspections, but to do like a search around the building to make sure fire isn't blowing out of the rear or something bad isn't happening in the back of the building. And sometimes you see fucking mattresses, like a fucked up, soap stained, piss blood mattress, and I'm like, yo, I can't stand that. That I can't. I don't like that either. I'm like, yo, if I fall in that mattress, fucking kill me, man. Kill me. Just burn me with the mattress, because I don't want to get up after that. Because you're just dead if you land on one of those mattresses. Not only will you get bed bugs, you'll get AIDS as well. You know? Someone said Happy Pride Month. Waterberries are the worst. Double Q. Yeah, I've had a bunch of ticks on me before, you know, like throughout the years. But I went to Dave Canterbury's wilderness school, and I came back. And I had 6 on my back, 2 on my chest. And I was like, and I couldn't reach the ones on my back. I had to go to because at the time the wife couldn't do it. She was staring at it like, I don't know, what do I said, I'll go to sleep, wake up in the morning, and I'll go to the what you call it, and get them pulled out. I was able to get the 2 off my chest. I couldn't reach the ones on my back. And then I had one in my leg once by the thigh. And I'm like, how the fuck did he get up that high? You know? But, yeah, I get them all the time. And I had some kind of tick disease, but it went away. It corrected itself. There's so many diseases with ticks. A lot of the times, 99% of the times, a lot of them will correct itself. Your body will get rid of it. It takes time to flush it out or fight it off. But, yeah, water bugs are worse. Oh, water bugs. Yeah, water bugs are fucking... But at least with water bugs, they don't bite, and you can see them, and you can kick them, right? Because they're so fucking big. Not the ER, what is that called? The smaller ones, like a clinic, but it's not a clinic. It's, I forgot the name of... Fast Track? No, not Fast Track. You know, the ones where you walk in. Those places. Something MD. City MD. That's what it is. But I walked in there and they took them out with no problem. Sorry. Urgent care. Thank you, Jay Ross. Urgent care. I couldn't even think of the word. But yeah, you go into urgent care, you're fine. You know, they know how to take them out. They got this little tool that gets them out. It's pretty cool. Or doc in a box. Yeah, I heard that one in a long time. Oh, bed bug. But yeah. Any of that, and a fucking a dirty oh god, I can't stand a dirty mattress. That's just so ugh. I live in Charleston. My neighborhood is infested with water bugs. Are they water bugs or those palmettos? Because I could have sworn there's a difference, if I'm not mistaken. Because palmettos are like water bugs, but they're not. I remember asking the question, is there a difference? And someone said yes. Next to a bee's nest. I'm not. I have the window open, and the highway's right here. So there's a highway. There's a highway down below, and that's what probably sounds like bees. Cars go underneath the building that I'm living in. Different regions have different ones. All right. Joyce, I never had a leech on me. I don't want to. Yeah, right. A palmetto is like a giant cockroach, exactly. But they're not like water bugs. Right? And right, palmettos fly. But I'm not worried about those. That I don't care about. Anything I can kick and drop kick, I'm not worried about, right? You could drop kick a palmetto and a water bug. They're so big. And rats, forget about it. You can put them in headlocks because they're so big in New York City. But like something, like a bed bug, I'm out on it. And I'm only out on bed bugs because they're horrible, man. They're bad for your home. And then if you get infested, forget about it. It's a nightmare getting rid of them. That's why I don't like bed bugs. Not because of, they bite and all this other bullshit. They're just a fucking pain in the ass to get rid of. You ever seen that the video of the girl who has water bugs as pets? She has roaches as pets. And she orders them from online. I don't know where, India.com, I'm not sure. And she has these, and they're her pets. And they did this show. Now, I think the show, for effect, they had her put all of the roaches in her bed. And she was like, I play with my friends. I'm like, your fucking kid's retarded. If your kid is sitting there in a bed with roaches saying, I play with my friends, your kid has a problem. And I forgot the TV shows, like I have an obsession with, and it was like different things. And the girl had to be like 12 or 11. And she's like, look at the bugs in my bed. And these are my friends. And they all have names. I'm like, you're full of shit, little girl. There's no way you gave names to these fucking insects that all look the same. So I'm pretty sure at the top of her head, she was sitting there and go, that's Mary, that's John, that's Luke. I'm like, why would you? Yo, and Tuck by V. She had the Madagascar hissing cockroaches. She had those in her possession, right? Yo. Yeah, no, fun fact, right? Many species of cockroaches can fly. But you should have seen this video. It was bad. And not a video, it was a TV show. And I guess there were like other obsessions people have. Like I'm obsessed with, like porn, or I'm obsessed with trees. And this one was roaches. And they were in her bed, and I'm like, and her parents are like, we let her play with them because they keep her busy and she's happy. I'm like, happy? You couldn't get your kid to read comic books like a normal kid? You had to buy them roaches from like around the world and special order. And she was talking about how she ordered some of these from there and some of those from here. Yo, she even had the little ones in her. Yo, no, out. If my kid fixed her lips to go, nope, no. You finish that sentence, we're putting you in a psych ward for kids. Out on that shit. Yeah, it's not. It was a TV show, but I saw like that segment on like Instagram or some shit. It's like, no way, man. And they were crawling up her arm. What the fuck, yo? I would have been the cameraman. I'd have been like, first of all, no, that's a big fat negative. Secondly, I would have had a fucking can of Raid in my bag, because the shit when it went sideways, everything in that room was gonna die. Everything. I would have sprayed the kid in her eyes. I would have fucking sprayed the roaches. The parents for fucking giving her the roaches. Everything would have got sprayed. I would have fucking threw a what you call it? Roach grenade. What do they call those? Extinguishing bombs? Roach bombs? Would have threw it in there like a grenade. Cleared the room. Boom. No, all of it would have went down. That thing would have ended up. Imagine you go home and you got 3 of these things coming out of your bag. Yo, I would have left all my shit in the truck. And then walked over with my camera and shit. And then did the video, did the segment, and put my camera and my audio equipment in a separate plastic bag, and then duct taped it, and then threw my fucking camera in the ocean. All right, I mean, yo, forget about it. Yo, bug bomb raid the whole 9 yards. It would have been fucking woof. I'd have cleared the fucking room out if I would have had one of those things crawl on me. Had a tick on my rig. Yeah, like I said, I'm used to ticks, so I get them, I pull them out, right? I don't, I don't get bent out of shape about it. Lenora, yeah, I know, Lyme disease is from a lab. We know this. We know this because the effects it has on people in a different, like normally when a disease is out, it normally affects people the same way. But when you start getting a barrage of ailments from one thing or a million different diseases, Johnny, thank you for the heads up. That's bad. If you get pet cockroaches, then I'm getting disowned. Yes. Exactly, Harley. It's exactly what's going to happen. And a lump too. I don't know what that means. There are people on ticks that drank their own urine? Why? Yes, that's the other thing. Roaches have a lot of diseases as well. And, yo, she was all about it, man. These are my friends. You fucking, I don't know, yo, listen, weirdo, you little freak of nature. Get your ass outside, get on a bicycle, and play with some real friends. Make some real friends. And don't tell them you play with cockroaches either, because that'll get you beat up, you know? Telling people, these are my friends. And she's like fucking raking them in closer to her, like they're fucking puppies. They're roaches, man. They're like, kick rocks, man. Seriously. All right. So, did I finish the article? No. Yes? No. No, I didn't. All right, so, sorry, guys. So, the new arm ticket coming out for rabbits will save them from the hemorrhagic disease. Scientists have a new tool in a fight against the spreading of a virus that is threatening small mammals. I think apparently this jumped to other mammals as well. Veterans are racing to save domestic and wild rabbits. They're racing from a devastating virus. John McClane is coming in with a needle and sticking rabbits all over America. The virus is called RHDV2. It's a form of hepatitis that causes rabbit hemorrhagic disease. Across North America, RHD2V is progressing rapidly through rabbit population. The virus progressed rapidly through the rabbit population. The virus moves from animal to animal as a result of close contact and exchange of bodily fluids, because rabbits are fucking all the time. Some symptoms include fever, lethargy, bleeding from the nose and or mouth, and breathing difficulties. Though many cases in the disease does not have any symptoms before dying, it just dies suddenly. The virus has a 90% fatality rate among infected rabbits. The arm ticket was developed by, I think it's Medina Labs, in collaboration with the United States Department of Agriculture, may help protect bunnies. In 2021, the USDA Center for Biologics used an emergency authorization to use the arm ticket against the disease. More than 40 states and Washington, D.C. should have access to the arm ticket this spring. That's 2023 of last year. So they're getting fast and loose with the Emergency Authorization Act for these arm tickets. Why can't anything affect rats like that? Why can't anything affect flying spiders and ticks and bed bugs? Why is it always our food source? Because they're trying to transition us over to eating bugs and fake protein, 3D protein. 3D protein. Understand what I'm saying? Anyway, the emergency authorization, guys, is going to be something we're going to constantly see. They are constantly moving the needle in their favor. Anyway, updated news on the cows that have been infected with the bird flu. They are dying in 5 states. As of June 6, Reuters reported dairy cows infected with the avian flu in 5 states have died or been slaughtered by farmers because they did not recover, meaning their symptoms got worse. Reports of passing away suggest the bird flu outbreak in cows should take a greater economic toll in the farm belt than initially thought. Farmers have long called poultry infected with the virus, but cows cost much more to raise than chickens and or turkeys. The U.S. Department of Agriculture spokesperson said the agency knew of a few deaths, but the vast majority of cows recover well. Reuters was not able to determine the total number of cows with the avian flu that died or were killed in South Dakota, Michigan, Texas, Ohio, and Colorado. Avian flu has infected dairy cows in more than 80 herds across 10 states since late March. Some of the animals died of secondary infection contracted after the bird nonsense weakened their immune system, said state veterinary agricultural officials and academic assisting in state response to bird flu. Other cows were killed by farmers because they failed to recover from the virus. Cattle infected with the bird frenzy suffered reduced milk production, digestive issue, fevers, diminished appetites. Sorry, thought something was crawling my leg after talking about all these bugs. Diminished appetites, according to farmers. In South Dakota, 1,700 dairy cows sent a dozen of animals to slaughter after they did not recover from the virus and killed another dozen that contracted secondary infections. But they're not telling what the secondary infections are. Here we go, guys. Here goes the bullshit. This means meat is going to go up even higher. Now, I remember when ribeye was like $7, $5, $4 for like, 8, 9 ounces, 10 ounces. Now we're paying almost $20 for same amount of meat. Yeah, I guarantee you a lot of you guys are going to be looking at your rooms now differently before you go to bed. You're going to see shit moving out of the corner of your eye by later tonight. You're going to be like, what the fuck was that? And meanwhile, there's nothing there. Because we've been talking about fucking bugs all night. Anyway, right before we go off the air, guys, millions of Iowa chickens have been slaughtered amid the bird flu outbreak. A case of highly pathogenic avian flu has been detected among a massive flock of egg-laying chickens in Sioux County, Iowa. Officials confirmed to CBS News that 4.2 million birds were impacted and destroyed. Iowa Department of Agriculture and Land Stewardship and the USDA confirmed the bird frenzy detected on Tuesday, making it the first case of bird frenzy in the state this year. Last case of the virus was detected in a backyard mixed species in December. And last time commercial egg-laying chickens were hit in the state was last November, also in Sioux County. So 4.2 million were. Again, if this continues, eggs are going to go up as well. Guys, they're doing it at a slow pace, like the frog in a pot situation. You keep this going. You keep escalating it a little bit at a time, not all at once. Just enough that people start getting used to the high prices in meat, high prices in chicken meat, high prices in eggs. You start doing this a little bit at a time, you start raising the prices till it's out of reach for a lot of people. Anyway, with that being said, guys, I'm going to go off the air now. We're going to phase over to the Angry Truth channel. I will have a double header Wednesday night as well, not tomorrow night. And actually, Wednesday will be the Wednesday midweek report in the morning, and then the doubleheader Wednesday night. Like I said, Friday and Thursday I'm working night tours. So for those of you that are not joining me on the Angry Truth, thank you for joining me on here. I will see a lot of you guys, or some of you guys, over on the Angry Truth channel. The rest of you I will see Wednesday night at 9. I will be on right after Hudson Valley Prepping and Survivals. We're all going to die Wednesdays. Right? All right. Anyway, See you guys later. Thank you for the donations. Thank you for following me. And I will see you guys later.